you doing, guys? The NFL Comeback Player of the Year award is presented annually to the player who had the best, well, comeback. This could mean bouncing back from an injury or illness, or simply returning to form after one very unproductive season. The award went to Andrew Luck in 2018, and rightfully so. He missed all of 2017 after recovering from shoulder surgery, only to return and lead the Indianapolis Colts to a surprise playoff berth. Many Pro Bowl talents missed the large portion of 2018, mainly because of injuries or illnesses, but they are all ready to bounce back and regain their top form again. The 2019 Comeback Player of the Year race is wide open, and we narrowed it down to the top 10, based on how we expect them to perform this upcoming season. I'm Jason Biondo, and today we present the 10 biggest NFL Comeback Player of the Year candidates for 2019. Don't forget to subscribe to TPS and put on your notifications because we post videos all the time. Subscribe. Number 10, AJ Green. A toe injury sidelined the Cincinnati Bengals star wideout for 7 games in 2018. As such, Green predictably finished with career lows in receptions and yards, with 46 and 694. But Green didn't display any signs of slowing down while he was on the field in his age 30 season. Many, including us, have already written off the Bengals. But that doesn't mean Green has to decline, even if he's on the wrong side of 30. Tyler Boyd emerged as a huge weapon in the Cincinnati offense last season, but Green is still the go-to guy for Andy Dalton. If Green is healthy, he'll once again be among the top receivers in 2019. Even though AJ Green is injured and out 6 to 8 weeks, we still think he has a chance. Number 9, Devonta Freeman. The Atlanta Falcons' playoff hopes in 2018 were completely dashed due to a series of injuries to key players. This includes top running back Devonta Freeman, who only suited up for 2 games because of a knee and later a nagging groin injury that required surgery. Although Atlanta's passing game remained a potent unit in 2018, the lack of reliable ground game hurt the offense aplenty. With Freeman healthy in 2019, Atlanta should be able to transform back into a dangerous two-way attack on offense. Don't forget that Freeman had 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 16, finishing with 22 total rushing touchdowns over those 2 years. And he does plenty of damage as a pass catcher in the backfield. The Falcons had a tremendous group of wideouts plus tight end Austin Hooper, but you know head coach Dan Quinn will want to make Freeman a big part of the offense. If he stays healthy and plays like his usual self, Freeman might do enough to win the Comeback Player of the Year award. We don't doubt that he'll produce. The only question is if another player returning from an injury will outshine Freeman. But at any rate, you know the Atlanta running back will be a top candidate to win the award. Number 8, Greg Olson. Foot injuries limited the Carolina Panthers stud tight end to 7 games in 2017. Unfortunately, Olson once again experienced foot problems that forced him to miss 9 games in 2018. Olson finished the season with 27 receptions for 291 yards and 4 touchdowns. It's easy to write off an injury-prone tight end who's entering his age 34 season, but we aren't going to do that. In fact, it wouldn't be a surprise if Olson returned to his Pro Bowl 1,000-yard form. Of course, the Panthers will also need Cam Newton to be healthy and effective if Olson is to reach his elite level again. If Olson manages to get back to that 1,000-yard form, you can bet that he'll be a huge favorite to win the award. Now, wouldn't that be something if he went from potential retirement to Comeback Player of the Year? Number 7, Keanu Neal. Coming off a Pro Bowl selection in his sophomore campaign, Keanu Neal was ready for a monster year in 2018. Sadly, he tore his ACL in Week 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles and was done for the year. Predictably, the Atlanta defense fell apart, and Neal's absence was felt big time. While Neal is still young and only going to get better over time, he'll have had almost a year to recover from the injury, and we expect him to play like the Pro Bowler we saw 2 seasons ago. Neal was a mainstay in Atlanta's defense during the 2016-17 campaigns. The Falcons' defense is loaded with young talent, guys who haven't reached their primes yet. If this unit stays healthy, Atlanta should field a top 5 or 10 defense in 2019, and they'll be back in Super Bowl contention. Oh, and Neal might be taking the Comeback Player of the Year award. Number 6, Hunter Henry. After solid rookie and sophomore seasons, big things were expected for Los Angeles Chargers tight end Hunter Henry. The 6'5", 250-pound Arkansas product was a popular breakout candidate for the 2018 season. Unfortunately, he suffered an ACL tear during May OTAs, about 3.5 months before Week 1. Henry had to miss the entire regular season, but was activated for the team's AFC divisional round contest against the New England Patriots, which was an ugly blowout. If Henry was healthy, you wonder how much further the Chargers could have gone. Well, you know the Chargers are going to do everything they can to include Henry in the offense. He'll be a huge red zone target for Phillip Rivers, especially with opposing defenses shifting their focus on Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. We would not be surprised if Henry recorded double-digit touchdowns here. We still think he's a great candidate to break out in 2019. If he reaches his full potential here, not only will Henry be among the top breakout performers, he'll also be in line to win the Comeback Player Player of the Year award. Number 5, Earl Thomas. The Pro Bowl safety entered 2018 as the final remaining member of the Seattle Seahawks' legendary Legion of Boom secondary. Thomas played well through the first 3 weeks, but he suffered a season-ending leg fracture in Week 4 against the Arizona Cardinals. Thomas slipped off the sideline as he was carted off, and so ended his storied tenure in the Pacific Northwest. Thomas signed a 4-year, $55 million deal with the Baltimore Ravens in free agency, joining a team that had by far the league's top secondary in 2018. Thomas is in excellent position to regain his Pro Bowl form on a stacked Baltimore defense. He should be a wonderful fit under defensive coordinator Don Martindale. If he stays healthy, you know Thomas will make a major impact in Baltimore. The rich got richer with this signing. We expect the perennial Pro Bowler to be a wonderful fit for the Ravens. As long as he stays in the field, Thomas will simply be among the top comeback player of the year candidates. No questions about it. Number 4, Travis Frederick. The Dallas Cowboys offensive line was its usual dominant self in 2018. That's because they didn't have 4-time Pro Bowl center Travis Frederick all season. He was sidelined the entire year after being diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome. I think that's how you say it. A disorder where the immune system attacks one's nervous system, as outlined by MayoClinic.org. The Cowboys hope to have Frederick back for the 2019 season. And what a story it would be. You know this tough-as-nails center will do everything in his power to rejoin the defending NFC East champions. Few NFL players have the type of drive and work ethic that he does. The man just wants to be back in the field and help the Cowboys offensive line reassert themselves as the best in the NFL. If he returns to the field and plays the entire year, it would be quite the comeback. But it remains to be seen if he'll play in 2019, and how much playing time he would see. Number 3, Cam Newton. The 2015 league MVP wasn't himself in 2018, clearly hampered by a nagging shoulder problem. Newton tried to play through it, but the Panthers finally decided not to risk it any further, and he was shut down for the final 2 games. And like Frederick, it remains to be seen how much Newton will play, and how effective the dual-threat quarterback will be. We wanted to put Newton number 1 on the list, but there are just a lot of questions that need to be answered here. We'll say this: if he plays all 16 games and plays at Pro Bowl level and guides Carolina back into the postseason, then Newton should be considered the favorite to win Comeback Player of the Year award. Newton and the aforementioned Greg Olson will do all they can to get healthy and try to lead Carolina back to the postseason. And if they do that, they can never question their status as true warriors ever again. Number 2, Cooper Kupp. After a promising rookie season, Kupp was the anchor of a stacked Los Angeles Rams receiving core that included Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods. Kupp was enjoying a breakout sophomore campaign with 40 receptions for 566 yards and 6 touchdowns. Unfortunately, Kupp suffered an ACL tear in a home contest against the Seahawks. His season was over and Kupp had to miss LA's run to Super Bowl 53. We're sure he would have made quite a difference in an offense that only mustered a field goal against the New England Patriots. Well, Kupp is back and ready to build off a solid start to his NFL career. Expect him to re-emerge as a top wide receiver on the Rams again. 2 of the last 3 Comeback Player of the Year award winners were wideouts, Jordy Nelson and Keenan Allen in 2016 and 17. Kupp stands a great chance of making it a 3rd in 4 years. Number 1, Jimmy Garoppolo. Big things were expected for Jimmy G after signing a $137.5 million contract with the San Francisco 49ers in the 2018 offseason. Sadly, Garoppolo suffered a torn ACL in Week 3 against the Kansas City Chiefs, and the 49ers' promising season was over. While Garoppolo will have almost a year to recover when he takes the field again in Week 1. This is a man who's won 8 of his first 10 starts, with 17 touchdowns against 8 interceptions. He's in great position to put up monster numbers in a full year under head coach Kyle Shanahan. We buy the hype on Garoppolo, and we think he'll end up being worth all the money the 49ers gave him. If he can continue to play up to the level we've seen thus far, then Garoppolo just might run away with the Comeback Player of the Year award. Right now, we consider him the prime favorite. He did miss all but 3 games after all, and he's in the perfect system to put up a Pro Bowl-like season. You got this, Jimmy. Keep hanging out with Kiara Mia. Good luck. I don't know if they're still together. Whatever. Who do you think will win the NFL Comeback Player of the Year in 2019? Join me in the comments section below. You know what else you should do? Go follow myself and TPS on social media, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and watch all of our tweets and Instagrams, and like it and subscribe and do all that stuff because we post great content all the time. Subscribe to TPS because we post videos all the time. And it's sports content, so who wouldn't want that all the time? Make sure to like this video if you liked it. It takes 1 click right down there. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo. My knee.